As much as we all like to rip on men, this is time to take some accountability.
Basically, I think it's sexist to pick Bear. I think you guys are raging sexists to pick Bear, and here's why. I always like to use this, but whatever. I've used it a few times tonight. If we change the question to, would you rather come across a random black person or a random bear, and you pick the bear over a black person, would we all agree that it would be really racist to pick a bear over a black person?
But again, that people of color are victims of racism, and men did this to themselves.
What the
Because majority of men are up.
That's collective guilt. I'm not guilty. If I'm an innocent person, I'm not guilty for what other men do.
But the majority of men.
It's not the majority. The majority of men.
Wait,
no, it's not the majority.
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So if you're saying a majority of your exes cheated on you, are you gonna say, okay, all men are gonna cheat on me from now on? And if all of those men you dated were white or black, would you say, okay, black men are gonna cheat on me?
No.
So why is it that all men are?
Because the majority of men, like, black people didn't do anything to deserve racism other than somebody just thought, oh, I'm better than them. Like, no, it's an opinion.
Okay, if a majority of your exes cheated, would you say all men will cheat?
But they did something to me. Black people did nothing to anyone. They didn't do anything to anyone.
Bruh. What about that guy who murked that white woman on the subway
reason
or
why
whatever?
racism exists is
wait, but hold on. What about that white woman who got murked by a black man?
Okay. It's a man.
It's a black person.
It doesn't matter. It's a man.
Well, how do you know it's because he's a man? What if it's because he's a black person?
That doesn't exist.
And what do you mean?
So you're racist.
You serious? No, I'm not saying that. I'm testing your logic.
No, it's irrelevant because your color, I'm not seeing the color. I'm seeing that you are a man and that most men are the ones who are doing this.
He called her, hold on, it was absolutely racially motivated. Didn't he call her like a white bitch or something when he shanked her?
He was like, got the white one or something.
I didn't watch the video because it was...
Well, then maybe he's racist. Like,
okay,
he's still a man.
So maybe the motivation was racial. What did he say? He said something like...
He walked away and said something.
Well, when he walked away, he said, I got that white woman. And the motive behind it, when they asked,
Sorry, what's that?
The motive that when he was asked, why did you do that? He said it was because he said that she was reading his mind.
Okay, so
she could hear his
not
thoughts.
Okay in the head. He's literally like mentally ill.
Okay, so why can't you make that attribution towards men who commit crimes? Maybe they're mentally ill. Maybe that has nothing to do with the fact that they're men. Maybe they're mentally ill. Why do you give grace towards a black person who committed an atrocious crime, but not men in general?
Because it has nothing to do with their color of their skin. It has to do with that they're a man and men are just more aggressive than women.
I don't actually think that this is even true. Even granting that it was true, I would just defer back to, just because a very small proportion of a group commits a crime, that doesn't grant you carte blanche to do this collective guilt thing where, all men or all people of this group are bad.
Majority.
No, it's not the majority.
I will say...
Wait, one thing.
Sorry.
I want to explore the majority.
So you think that crime... You just said that men are incarcerated more, men are killed more, men are violence, all of that. I'm pretty sure that's all they did that to themselves.
Here we go again.
Just because the majority of violent crimes and incarcerations are by men doesn't mean that all men are committing violent crimes and being incarcerated. What Brian's trying to say here is, it's just a small percentage. Don't get it twisted.
Wait,
they got incarcerated. They chose to commit the crime to get incarcerated.
Okay, so you don't have any issues with when there's overrepresentation of black people who are incarcerated or anything like that?
What do you mean a problem? What do you mean?
Well, do you ever make the argument that why are these cops policing black communities this way?
Do I believe that?
Like, okay, do you think that there's any racist component to the fact that there's like a higher proportion of black men in jail per capita than white people?
I think in like certain states, yes.
Certain states.
Certain states, yes.
But I mean, this is across all states. Per capita, there's more black men who are in prison.
But there's also more like.
Is it just their choice, or is there systemic racism?
Well,
is there Okay, then there's. Well, hold on.
Definitely.
Check this out, though. So George Floyd, BLM riots. He was killed by. The justification for the riots was he was killed by the police officer. There are, of course, disputes as to the actual cause of death. Some people believe, and the toxicology reports seem to indicate as much, he died of a fentanyl overdose. In any case, there's massive outrage, whatever. If I could tell you, though, that there are more just even white men who are killed, there are more white men who are killed by police officers than there are women of all races combined, black, Latina, Asian, white, all women combined. There's more white men that are killed by police than there are women total. Wouldn't that also you'd have to be like, wow, there's sexism against men.
Yeah. If those were the statistics, then I would agree.
It is the statistics.
Yeah,
so,
then I would agree.
Okay. Yeah. So you bring up choice. Well, men choose to commit these crimes. Okay, well then black people also choose to disproportionately commit crimes.
But I just I want to separate the race from the gender. Like to have the majority of men are all races. Like it doesn't matter what race you are. Like you're a man.
You are really dumb. For real.
And the majority of you are acting crazy.
No, the majority of men are not acting crazy.
But why would you think that?
Why would you're the one making the claim that it's the majority. It's the majority of men.
I think she's just speaking from personal experience.
I'm speaking from personal experience from other people.
Okay, but check this out. Let's just say hypothetically I had 3, 4, 5 bad experiences with black people. Would that then give me justification to say the majority of black people are bad? Would that be logically sound? Right. So I get that you've had a lot of bad experiences with men. I'll even, sure, I'll grant it. That wouldn't then give you the basis to say the majority of men are bad. Just because you've had a lot of bad experiences.
It's there's only 2 genders here. There's multiple races. So for you to
okay.
Yeah. So if one race, 5 people of the same race did something to you, it's just the grand scheme of things is there's only 2 genders. One of them is acting more crazy than the other. And that's just my opinion. And they're all multiple races. So it really doesn't matter what race you are.
But
it's the majority of a whole gender. It's
not the majority.
It's a whole gender.
It's not the majority, right? But you're doing this sort of collective guilt thing. You're basically saying, oh, well, I've had these bad experiences and these crimes disproportionately. Men commit these crimes disproportionately as compared to women. So ergo, all men bad or majority of men bad. It's clearly not true. It's not true. Trust me, if the majority of men were as bad as you think they are, trust me, society would be There'd be mass amounts. Not. No, it's not. There's issues with society. There are issues, but trust me, I don't think you understand societal collapse, really.
You ain't lying.
We're on the way there.
No, possibly we're on the way there, but currently society functions. You have garbage men who pick up the trash. You have plumbers who fix your plumbing. You have men who by the way, there's not enough credit given to men who overwhelmingly, like you want to point to men are also evil. Men overwhelmingly, like women are total cowards. Men overwhelmingly are the ones who do acts of heroism. If somebody's in distress situation, a man's going to be the one to save them. A woman's drowning during a flood, it's not going to be some woman swimming in there to save her. It's going to be some man. True. It's absolutely true. The majority of heroic acts are almost exclusively done by men.
Is this reported?
So, yes, it's absolutely the case. Almost all acts of heroism are exclusively done by men. I think you're you're looking at the negative of men and not looking at the positive of men. Not only that, moving a step below just heroism, the back-breaking, grueling work that is required.
Because you're biologically stronger than us.
No, not even. The back-breaking, grueling work that is required to keep society functioning when you're living in Indiana and does it get below zero?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
when it's below zero, we got two women from Indiana here. Below zero in Indiana, in the middle of winter, it's not some woman going out there to fix the electrical lines.
True.
It's at 3 a.m. You think it's a woman going out there to fix the electrical grid?
Yes.
No, it's some grizzled dude some white bearded dude or, whatever. It could be some 20, 30-year-old, whatever. Doesn't matter the age. A man is going to be the one that fixes when hits the fan. It's not women. So all the comforts that you women
don't agree with
so
that.
Ungratefully take for granted, it's men that bestow upon you the comforts of modernity. The comforts of modernity.
I mean,
it's just so ungraciously cared for.
I do agree.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Imagine building a safe, comfortable world for someone, and they tell you it's not good enough. The ungratefulness is over 9,000.
It's over 9,000!
A lot of men do a lot of difficult blue-collar jobs. But that being said, not all women have jobs that are luxurious. I pick up green, mushy people covered in maggots off the floor sometimes.
Oh, my God.
I've had to reassemble people from the get-go. And there are men who tell me all the time, I can't do what you do.
That's fine. But you need to get rid of the solipsism here. You're always pointing to, well, I'm the outlier, or I know women who are the outlier. So there's no dispute. Like
I just know a lot of women who are also like this. You may not know them, but I'm not. There are a lot of girls who are like me.
Okay, that's fine, but we have statistics from the Bureau of Labor Statistics that show when it comes to critical infrastructure jobs, women are completely absent, all these jobs that basically hold up and are the foundation for society. It's 95, 97, 99% men. There's no
funeral service. It's flipping. It's actually more women are going into funeral service.
I would not say that funeral service is necessarily like critical backbone infrastructure in society.
I mean, we were during COVID.
I don't see how the number of deaths would. It's you obviously can't just let dead bodies be kicking it in the streets and stuff. Something has to be done there. Yeah. But this idea that it's comparable to the hardworking men who ensure that the water system, the electrical system, waste management, all these critical infrastructure fields, telecommunications, everything, it's predominated by men. We were talking about the wage gap earlier. There's no dispute here. The statistics are clear. There's no alternative facts. Men dominate in these fields, and these fields are what keep society running.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I would say, I wouldn't completely say that women don't work those jobs, because her mom is a firefighter.
My mom's a firefighter, and she will tell me that literally they will reject women to work the jobs.
So that was a lie.
So then you want to say, oh, we're the backbone of the whole country. Okay, then let us work then. What
percentage of firefighters are women?
Exactly my point.
What percentage?
They're not allowed to be.
That's because you need to be, first off, I don't know who your mom is. There's a lot of affirmative action, DEI stuff, lowering of standards. women don't have the right.
She's a captain and an engineer, and she literally has had to deal with men constantly, like trying to test her and trying to belittle her. And they do it in the entire department, and they're not letting women into the department.
Your mother is a complete contradiction of this entire claim. Your mother's a firefighter.
Exactly.
Y'all smoking crack! Something is wrong with you people!
But they don't allow a lot of women in there.
Especially in LA, they definitely do.
She's not from LA.
Well, you're in LA. You live in LA. Okay, whatever.
From San
Diego.
I
mean, the Palisades fire, I don't know, DEI shit with the LA Fire Department or whatever.
She's not in the fire department of LA.
That's fine. But women don't have the physical strength to do the job.
Okay, so don't sit here and say, "Oh, we're like the backbone." You guys won't even allow us to have the job.
Yes, because of men's innate nature, we're more suited and acclimated to doing these jobs.
Okay, so don't complain that you have the job then.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm saying you have this bigoted, generalized contempt or hatred for men, and I'm saying maybe there should be a bit more appreciation for men.
I don't hate men.
You say the majority of men are creeps, weirdos.
Yes,
you think they're predators.
Majority.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
But the good ones are so.
Wait. Why would you emphasize majority? My specific grievance with you is the use of the term majority.
Mm-hmm.
If you were like, no, it's just the minority of men, then yes. But saying the majority of men paints the majority of men as bad. I think that's kind of wrong. Like, I would never say the majority of black people, the majority of this group.
I think she should say the majority of men she meets, because this is her. Those
are two different things.
That's why I'm saying because it's what everyone meets.
Majority of men I meet,
even if she meets
everyone I know.
Even if she meets 100 men per day and they all slap her across the face, that still wouldn't be the majority of men
that she meets.
No, majority.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
160.
I think what she's trying to say is the majority of men she meets, not the majority of men.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what she means.
No.
She means majority of men, point blank, period.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the majority.
Until I'm proven wrong.
Until you're proven wrong?
Yes.
So should men start out in prison? Like, they have to work their way out? They have to prove themselves. Answer the question. Should men start out in prison?
No, but I definitely think that as a collective, just need to do better and start raising men better.
But okay, replace men with black people. It sounds racist. Does it sound racist?
Racism is a choice.
Is your statement racist if we replace men with black people?
Yes.
Black people just need to do better. We got to raise these black people better. That's racist.
Yeah.
Thus, ergo, your statement is sexist.
Maybe it is, but that's just how I feel.
So is sexism bad?
Not really, no.
Is sexism against women bad?
If it's your opinion, no, it's an opinion. Racism?
What?
Is a choice.
It's an opinion?
Sexism bad, racism bad. Oh my god.
So misogyny isn't bad if it's an opinion?
It is bad.
But that's what you just said. You said that you can be sexist towards women, which is misogyny.
Oh shit.
But it's okay because it's an opinion?
It's not necessarily okay or not okay, but it's an opinion. Like,
some people will say anything when they're losing the argument. 1 minute she's against racism, the next minute she's saying sexism, not that bad. Either she's trolling or she didn't think this one through. Either way, she's cooked.
That's what I call a chain reaction.
Manifest my own destiny. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. The perfect recipe. May they remember me. My words will live on. I'm guided by an energy, a flame. Hold it close to you. Check out my melodies. It's the media that's been leading you. I'll show you a thing. Misdirection, what's the message? They don't want you to win.
As much as we all like to rip on men, this is time to take some accountability.